Hello everyone, and so welcome back to data mining techniques. The last session we were discussing about decision tree. I mean, what does mean by decision tree? How to create a decision tree, and how to select a root node for a decision tree, and how to select further the branch node of a decision tree, and at last how to derive at a decision using a decision tree for the given problem, how we can make a decision using the decision tree. This is what we have discussed in the last class about decision trees. And the next topic relating to the same supervised learning algorithm is regression. Okay, so basically regression is used as like basically used to regression is used to analyze the relationship between the variables, and that is what a meaning of that is what a regression mean. Okay, so regression means which helps you to analyze the relationship between variables. So this is one of the most well-known statistical technique, and which is used for even predicting and to find the relationship between several independent variables and dependent variable. And one more thing I want to add to this is there is a meaning called predictor variable and predicting variable. I mean predict variable. See, for example, I have two variables like x and y. If I am going to predict y as a predicting variable, if I am going to take y as a predict variable, the other variable is called predictor variable. So predictor variable is the one which will be helping you for prediction, right? But we will not be predicting that variable, we will be predicting the other variable, and to predict that you will be using this variable. And here, as we call about regression, our objective will be to find the best fitting curve for the given relation. And with the curve you can analyze what kind of relation or what kind of thing what that can be analyzed from the given figure. And then we have few more techniques and methods in solving those problems that let us look into step by step. Okay, so once if the curve, the best fitting curve will be a linear curve. The curve could be a straight line. So when it is straight line, that can be called as like a best fitting curve. I mean like a best linear curve. And this quality of the curve will be helping us to measure the coefficient of correlation. And this coefficient of correlation is the square root of the amount of variance explained by the curve. Right, I hope you will be knowing about mean, standard deviation, variance, mean, median, square root, variance, standard deviation. So these are the few things that we will be discussing along with this regression. So the keys the steps for the regression are: first, list all the variables which are available for making the model. Second, establish a dependent variable of interest in which you want to find the calculation. Third, examine the relation between variables of interest with the diagram. Fourth, find a way to predict this dependent variable using the other variables. That's what you're talking about it, right? Okay, now let us get into what is called regression in brief. Okay, so correlations and relationships. So as we are talking about finding a relationship between variables, and here we have a term called correlation relations. So statistical relationships are about elements, I mean like of data and together, and the data which are grouped together, the data which are not grouped together, or which are not getting grouped together, which is being separately. So when I start fitting a curve, my curve will be best suitable for the data or for the values which are near to my curve. Like, so if I draw a curve, if I draw a curve, or if I draw a straight line, if I draw a line with matching to the data points, if any of the data point is not at all near or not at all fitting into this particular curve, then the data is particularly outlier, so which is not going to fit into anything, right? So like these are the few things about it, right? So it is about categorizing variables that have a relationship with one another. That is what we are doing, and these variables are distinct and unrelated to other variables. And you can either it can describe whether it can be a positive relation or it can be negative difference. It can be of anything. And in this, the first and foremost measure of the strength of a relation is correlation. So this is the first one we'll be almost doing with the correlation. And the strength of a correlation is a measure that lies between 0 and 1. I mean, a correlation of a 1 indicates it is a perfect relation where two variables are in perfect synchronization, and a correlation of 0 indicates that there is no relationship between the variables, right? So indicates that there is no relationship between the variables, and the relationship can be positive negative or it can be inverse relation. That is what I told you, like a negative difference. So the variables may move together in the same direction or in the opposite direction. So it is always good to have the measure of correlation between from the range -1 to +1. So as a result, -1 that minus as a result, like if it is -1, it indicates an inverse opposite direction, and if it is 0, signifies no relation. If it is 1, shows a perfect relation in the same direction, right? So when you are given with the two variables and coefficient of relation r can be computed using this formula. So r is equal to x minus x bar whole square, right? This is r is equal to x minus x bar y square and y minus y bar whole square, and x minus x bar whole square of y minus y whole square. And let us know about these stuffs like r and calculating the other thing, like working out with a linear regression, working out with non-linear regression, how to find slope, intercept. All these things we shall be discussing in solving a solving a problem on regression analysis and non-regression analysis. Okay, so it is a correlation and relationship. And now let us have a visualization of a few relationships, right? So visualization of few relationships, and mostly here we use a scatter plot or scatter diagram. So which simple exercise for representing a data between two variables on a 2D graph, right? And here you can see some diagrams, right? So you can see some figures. I have given you 6 figures. First, let me tell you, like this chart A. So A is a linear relationship, and which shows a relationship between the variables x and y. And here you can see the y increases proportionally with x. The y increases proportionally with x. Okay, and it is one of a strong linear relationship between the variables. Whereas if you look into B, it is also a linear relationship between the variables x and y. But the thing is that here it is an inverse relationship, means the value of y decreases proportionally with x, and here the value of y increases proportionally with x. Here it is decreases proportionally with x. And this, if you look into this C, it is a curved linear relationship. So it is an inverse relationship, which means that value of y decreases proportionally with x. But one thing is, like this is not a relatively well defined relationship like an arc of a circle, curve, or which can be represented by simple quadratic equation terms like x square y square. So this is what this is defining, right? So it is a curved linear relationship. And curve linear, it shows a positive curve linear relationship. But we can't find a regular shape from this, and this will not be a strong relationship. So when you find a regular shape, then you can come to a conclusion that it conveys a strong relationship as like a straight line curve. And when you take this chart E and F, it is not representing any relation. There is no relationship at all. There is no variable depending on none of each other, right? So at the result, we can conclude that chart A and B are good candidates that model a simple linear regression, and chart C too could be modeled with a little more complex. We can go with the quadratic regression equation, and chart D might require an higher order like a polynomial regression equation to represent the data, whereas these two, E and F, can't be modeled together by using any modeling tool. Okay, so these are 6 visualization representations of representing a relationship in regression analysis. Okay, and once if I talk about a regression, I will be talking about a regression like a linear regression, non-linear regression. That's what we are discussing now. And the next one is called logistic regression. Okay, so as I told you, like a chart A shows a strong linear, very strong linear, chart B strong linear, curve linear, chart D positive curve linear, chart E and F represents no relation. Okay, so logistic regression. So basically this logistic regression is meant for a binary value as a decision tree. Binary value is a decision tree, like the loan can be given R naught, yes or no. So that is the use of it, right? So this logistic regression can work with dependent variables with binary values, such as whether loan is approved or no. That is what this is doing. And this measures the relationship between a categorical dependent variable and one or more independent variable. For example, so we can use logistic regression to measure or to predict whether a patient has a given disease, diabetes, based on observed characteristics of the patient, like these kind of things. And this logistic regression models use probability scores as the predicted values of independent variables. And logistic regression takes the natural algorithm of the odds of the I mean like it takes the natural algorithm of the odds of the dependent variable. I mean like a takes the natural logarithm of the odds of the dependent variable being a case, that is referred to as logit. So this logistic regression, which is used in continuous variables, is referred to as logit. Okay, logit. The logit transformation is used in logistic regression as the dependent variable, and you can see as like a graph which is plotted in between, like you will be getting a curve shape like yes, that is logit function. And this logistic regression also can be supported in multiple regression models, can be used. And advantages and disadvantages of regression models. First advantage is like which is easy to understand as the built upon basic statistical principles such as correlation and least square error. And here we have one more term also called RMSE, root mean square error, which helps you to find the error, I mean the percentage of error which your prediction technique is resulting, or how far your prediction technique errors are being calculated. And regression models provide a simple algebraic equation that are easy to understand and use. That's what I told you, right? The strength and goodness of regression models measured in terms of correlation coefficients, and regression models can match and beat the predictive power of other modeling techniques, since the predictive accuracy is little bit good, but when comparing to AI and ML, the prediction accuracy is more in AI and ML. And regression models can can include all the variables that one wants to include in the model. Regression tools are more pervasive as like a group. You can get it as like a packages in many number of languages and tools. So let us see the drawbacks. So regression models cannot cover poor data quality issues. If there are any data quality issues in like inconsistency, or if there is any noisy, if you need to pre-process it, those kind of data will not be get suitable for this regression model. And second thing, like a regression model suffer from a co-linearity problem. It means like a strong linear relationship among some independent variables, where this kind of regression model cannot be get working. And if the independent variables are strong correlations among themselves, then the predictive power and the regression coefficients will lose their capability, will lose their power in it. Okay, so regression models will not automatically choose between highly collinear variables, although some packages are trying to do it. And few packages like statistical packages like statistical language like R, Python provides you some set of library packages which can be used to implement a regression model. And regression models can be unwieldy and unreliable if a large number of variables are included in the model. I mean like all variables entered in the model will be reflected in the regression equation irrespective of their contribution of the predictive power of the model. There is no concept of doing automatic pruning of the regression model. See, basically pruning we will be doing in decision tree to decrease the size of a decision tree and to make the decision to be little bit much better. It is just like a grooming. It's just like cutting the unimportant things or unwanted things to be removed out and making the things whatever it is required to be fitting in a model. Okay, so regression model does not automatically take care of non-linearity. So as a user, we need to make sure that how the model fits into the given regression data. And regression model works only with the numerical data, not with categorical variables. And we have different ways to deal with the categorical variables through multiple variables like yes or no, and how we do with the decision tree, right? So regression models are simple, versatile visual graphic tools with high predictive ability, and they include linear as well as non-linear binary predictions. So regression models can be used in data mining techniques to confirm the findings of the predictive accuracy. Okay, and in continuation to this, the next continuation to this, and we will be talking about one problem in linear regression and one problem in linear and non-linear regression. So that will be our next topic continuation to this. Thank you. Let's continue in the next class.